The garden was behind them now, the gates sealed by flame. The soil, once blessed, now rose against them, thorns against flesh. It was in this world, east of Eden, where Adam knew Eve his wife. And she conceived and bore a son. "I have gotten a man from the Lord," she whispered, awe and sorrow mingling in her voice, cradling him close to a heart still grieving paradise. They called him Cain. And again she bore another, Abel, 2 sons born into a world cracked by sorrow, 2 hopes, tender as morning mist, and just as fleeting. Cain grew strong, his spirit forged against the cruelty of the ground. His hands, bruised and bloodied by the rebellion of the earth, wrestled life from cursed dust. Each seed he planted was a battle, each harvest a war won with sweat and broken pride. Abel walked another path. He moved among the sheep with gentler hands, guiding life instead of forcing it. 2 brothers, 2 offerings, 2 hearts laid bare before the eyes of God. Cain brought the fruits of the ground, the heavy yield of toil and pain. Abel brought the firstlings of his flock, the purest, the richest, the best he had, not out of duty, but out of love. The Lord had respect unto Abel and his offering, but Cain's offering he had not respect. The blow fell invisible, but it crushed Cain's heart. His hands, once strong, now trembled with a rage he could not name. His face, once lifted, now darkened, like a sun swallowed by storm clouds. "Why art thou wroth?" the Lord spoke, a voice heavy with sorrow. "If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. Its desire is for thee, but thou must rule over it." A warning, a lifeline thrown across the abyss. But Cain, drowning in his shame, could not grasp it. The serpent of envy coiled tighter around his soul. Cain spoke to Abel in the field. Brother to brother, flesh to flesh. Under the silent sky, where only God and the stones bore witness, Cain rose up and slew his brother. The ground gasped, opened her mouth, and drank the blood of the innocent. The world shifted, the curse deepened, a scar was carved into the heart of creation. "Where is Abel thy brother?" the Lord asked, though he already knew. Cain lied, the words sour on his tongue. "I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?" But the blood cried out louder than lies. It rose from the earth like smoke, a cry that tore through the heavens. "What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. Cursed art thou from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth." The sentence fell like fire, and Cain, proud, broken Cain, crumbled beneath its weight. He cried out not in repentance but in the raw agony of a soul severed from the face of God. "My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me." Terror clawed at him, the terror not merely of death, but of exile, of being unseen, unloved, unredeemed. Yet even then, even in judgment, mercy breathed. A reminder to all who would see him, that even the cursed are still remembered by their Creator. And Cain, marked, broken, still breathing, went out from the presence of the Lord. He walked into Nod, into the unknown, east of Eden, east of everything he had ever known. Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Enoch. Cain built a city and called it after his son's name, Enoch, a monument to survival and a reminder of what was lost. From Enoch came Irad, and Cain's line spread, building, boasting, bleeding, rising and falling in cycles of pride and sorrow. But Adam knew Eve again, and she bore a son, Seth. "For God," she said, "hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. A child born not in rage, but in quiet hope, a beginning, carved out of ruin." And to Seth was born Enos. And then, amid the ruin, amid the rising blood, a miracle. Men began to call upon the name of the Lord. A flicker of light in a world shrouded by the weight of sin, a hope not yet extinguished.